Hey, this guy is insane. He's the number 15 guy on the Blacklist. Keep that in mind during this video. He might try to completely take you off the track if he needs to, so don't hesitate to tackle him after the race to demonstrate dominance. He also messed with your ride, so don't expect to even finish this one. No matter what you do, you're not winning it. First I'm gonna take your cock, then I'm gonna take your balls. Get ready for that. So, this one's been a long time coming. I know people have been expecting this, but I tried to stay a long time without playing a game before making a video on it. That way I can always have it fresh in my mind, tell you what I like or don't like about a game. And because I just wanted to tease Most Wanted too. I don't know, I just found it pretty funny. Before we talk about this though, I'll quickly let you know that I've been streaming on Twitch almost every day at twitch.tv/bluetagyoutube or YT. If you wanna come join us and talk about racing games or whatever else comes to mind, make sure you follow me there. Hope to see you there soon. We first start with a fairly long introduction to Rockport, the new city we're in. As far as I could find, we don't play the same character as we did in Underground and Underground 2. However, during the introduction, we get a quick shoulder push by EA when we meet one of the characters, Raj.
Well, look what the Underground let loose. Let's see how good you do in the daylight.
I think this is more of a 412 break than anything, as we'd soon find out where our protagonist was before the events of this game, and it definitely wasn't Bayville. But it's cool to have things like that in the game. We start in the present day, racing for pink slips against Razor, the number 15 guy on the... Okay, I'll stop. They make pretty clear that there's something fishy in the air from the beginning, and a few minutes into the race, a girl called Mia let us know that there's something wrong with our car before the screen goes black, and we are brought to 6 days ago, first getting into Rockport City. We meet Mia racing on the streets and we are stopped by a cop car. Cross and his assistant come out of the car to talk to the player, saying they'll take the car and strip it out of its parts to make sure it's street legal. The bell rings, however, and all units are called off to a pursuit somewhere else. But Cross makes sure to add his own customization to the BMW M3 you're driving.
Nice pinstripe.
Is there a better way to present a villain to you in a game where you were supposed to be the bad guy? 2 days go by and we meet Ronnie, aka the fan favorite, and after winning a race against him, we meet Razor, his crew and Mia, who shows up just to side with the player on the races. After a few more races, we finally get to the present day again, where we are racing Razor, just for Mia to call us again and our car break down in the middle of the race. We lose the car, Cross finally gets us, but thankfully, we don't go to jail. Apparently, racing on foot isn't a crime in the US. Some time passes and we are finally out. Mia comes to pick us up and explains everything that happened. Razor set us up and used our car to climb up the rankings on the Blacklist, a list of the most wanted drivers of Rockport City. From here, we buy a brand new car and have to start all over again by using anything but the Golf, because I didn't have an Underground 2 save file for the game to give me more money to start. You know, these days people get pretty annoyed by the prologue in the game. It's pretty long and it can be a pain if you're just trying to get into the game after your 50th playthrough, but I feel like it's a great way to learn about every character. From there on, you know what to expect from every one of the main characters in the game, and they are memorable for this reason. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh my god, you got the yellow filter on. It's so stupid. Please turn it off. I like it, okay? Deal with it. Really though, I get it. It's a 2000s game and this was the thing to have at the time. Thankfully, if you don't like it, you can easily turn it off if you're playing this game on PC. But I honestly don't have a problem with it. I like how they went for the style and other Need for Speed games did the same. I believe that removing it's the same as removing part of the art style of the game, and it just looks so more generic without it. Graphics definitely got an upgrade since Bayville, and we now got better textures, cutscenes with CGI backgrounds but real actors in them, and honestly, it's still my favorite Need for Speed cutscenes out there. Something I remember enjoying about Need for Speed 2015, and I'm already sad they aren't doing anymore. Again. You'll have a map separated by districts again, and maybe I didn't pay as much attention during Underground 2, but you can gradually see the changes while you move into every separate borough. There's 3 of them, but each has different districts inside of them. There's Camden Beach, a place with a lake, a great view of the city in the background, and inside Camden Beach there's Great Point, which is a residential area, Ocean Hills, which is an industrial area, and Point Camden, which has a shipyard. Every area has more areas inside, and it keeps going to the point where you even hear police say the name of some streets in the map. It is awesome how much thought they put into the map of this game, so don't overlook this one. The gameplay in this game so far, I hate to disappoint a lot of you who were expecting a different answer, but I believe it's the best Need for Speed handling we had to this date. Every car feels responsive, even the ones you start with. They are slow, sure, but you feel like you are in control of the car, unless you're using the Valhalla Monero. Out of the way, and it's the same car. Oh god. And I was knocked out. God damn it. Oh, okay. I'll just change to the other car. We get our first taste of what they call Speed Breaker, which, for the zoomers out there, is kinda like Franklin's ability in GTA 5. You can press a button and it will slow down time, giving you more time to react and a lot more weight to your vehicle. It can really be helpful for something we'll get into later. You can again change the handling of your car, but it's still something I believe Underground 1 did better to this day, where you would go inside the dyno and test everything there at once. It did take longer to do it, so maybe you prefer it this way, but I just feel like there's something missing, as it's just a menu you get in without a lot of explanation besides a few lines of text to let you know what you're doing. Besides that, it really couldn't be any better in my opinion. You have a fair progression that, if done correctly, you can basically keep any car, even the starter ones, until the end of the game. Not everyone will agree that's a good thing, as I've seen people saying it doesn't make sense, so it shouldn't be like that. If that's your opinion, good for you, even if it's wrong. And talking about progression, like I said before, we started the number 15 guy on the Blacklist, which is now Sonny. We have to do some races and mess with the cops to build bounty, and when we get enough reputation we can race them and take their place on the Blacklist. We slowly make our way up, getting money, new cars, customizing them and improving their performance. The type of progression is really basic. Beat a Blacklist member, unlock stuff, nothing special about it, but it simply works. And it's something that doesn't necessarily needs to be praised. We just look back at it with a smile because these days there's barely any progression in any game. The situation sucks, folks. And again, to build bounty, we gotta mess with the cops. And here's my favorite part about this game. I was really impressed by how aggressive the cops are in this game. Sure, Condition 1 cops are dumb as a rock. They will lose you in a straight road in a few seconds, destroy their own cars accidentally, and sometimes simply run away from you as if you were the devil itself reborn from hell. As you build more and more bounty, however, your car starts to be more recognized. Cops start sending better and better cars after you, and even at Condition 3, they can really screw you up. They'll throw you at a wall, send a helicopter at you, block roads, use spy traps, send SUVs head on right into your face to stop you. It becomes insanity. When you get to level 5, even Cross himself comes after you in his black Corvette. All that without needing a health bar or making your car completely lose control after a cop hit the side of it. Yeah, I'm looking at you, new Need for Speed games. It bugs me so much that this kind of police was in Need for Speed games and never came back. They did try to make something similar in Need for Speed Heat. They can send more cops after you, throw more stuff at you, and even put SUVs into the game again. But still need a health bar to take you out, otherwise it would be too easy for you. I really don't get it. Every time you get into a chase, you get so into it. I was streaming this game at the time and I simply forgot to speak. And being so close to completing all of your objectives, just to make a small mistake and lose everything is such a pain. Either that or your game just might crash. Yeah, I have to mention that. For some reason, my game just wouldn't stop crashing, but hey, apparently that's just a me thing, as no one else I knew ever had that much of a problem. Please tell me this isn't happening. Can I just ignore? Oh my god, that's unbelievable. But dude, after all this trouble, when you are finally able to escape, is such a great feeling. You feel on top of the world after doing all the objectives in a run and being able to escape. That's another thing I simply can't say enough about. If you never tried it or you think it's overrated, please do try it yourself. Clean your brain, go in with an open mind, and trust me, it's a hell of an experience. Another thing I can't avoid talking about is the soundtrack. While Underground and Underground 2 had very memorable songs, this one knocked it out of the park. You get a mixture of rock, metal, and hip-hop, all fitting the same gritty aesthetic of Rockport. You'll hear bands like Disturbed, Static X, Hush. I don't think there's a single song I want to skip whenever it comes up in this game. It is a completely different style from what you might expect from the Underground games, and I think it's a great call for this one. Having the soundtrack from those games in this one simply wouldn't work. It's a completely different game and a completely different style, but it's also so good. I wouldn't rank it above the other games because they're simply different, but just as good. Let's stop gushing over everything though, and let's talk about a few things that bother me a bit too. After all, I'm pretty sure you didn't click this video just to hear me confirm everything you already enjoyed about this game. Then again, maybe you did. Reason why you haven't clicked the like button yet. What if you talk shit about the game though, you're saying in your mind. But yeah. Customization. I think it's awesome that we got more body kits in this game, and access to them isn't as strict as a game like Underground and Underground 2. It's one of the main customization parts now, and you unlock them pretty quickly. However, they completely ripped off things like being able to select side skirts, back and front bumpers completely. There's no customization inside the car anymore. No neon, no hydraulics, nothing like that. I can see how the devs might have thought it wouldn't really fit this game. After all, who needs neon during the daylight in a game that isn't based on the underground racing world? Well, I do! It's a shame really, and I really want to see the devs side on this, but it's hard to excuse stripping our game away from features that were already there. One thing about the graphics. This one is mostly a problem of not aging well, but I have to mention as I didn't see the same problem nearly as much in Underground or Underground 2. Holy crap, the backgrounds look ugly. I know this game was made for small resolutions and you probably didn't even notice back then, but some backgrounds are plain awful. Like literally 2D textures 2 palms away from your car and they left it there as you wouldn't notice it. Also, they really messed the color blue in this game, probably because of the yellow filter. Yeah, I'm mad at that. And spoilers from here on out. We move up the Blacklist, beating every single member, maybe taking their cars in the process, and slowly move towards Razor, who keeps sending us messages while he obviously gets more and more nervous about it. However, he starts saying that we are with the cops, and that all the other racers are getting busted before races even start. It is weird he would say that, but Mia says he's trying to mess with your mind. When we finally beat Razor, Mia takes the keys from the BMW from him, and when Razor goes to get it back, she reveals that she's actually an undercover cop. The cops show up, including Cross, who asks where the player is. Mia says he got away, and that's when we get one of the most iconic cutscenes in gaming history.
I want every single unit after the guy.
Everyone?
Everyone!
And that's when we are finally back with the BMW on your hands. And, oh no. You get the entire city after you, Cross calls you telling you to give up and that they got every other Blacklist member thanks to us, and Mia calls us right afterwards, saying that there's no way out of this one as the police knows about every one of our hideouts in the city. So now we have to head to the old bridge, a road that was closed off through the entire game, and is now our escape route. We get to the end of the road and jump to the other side of the bridge, leaving the cops behind and escaping Rockport. The game pretty much leaves us in a cliffhanger to see what happens next, and don't worry, we'll get to that in the next video. Need for Speed Most Wanted is still regarded by many as the best Need for Speed ever made, if not the best racing game ever made, and with good reason. You got excellent handling for the vehicles, a cheesy storyline with extremely memorable characters and one-liners, insanely good cops that made the game not only a challenge but 10 times more fun, And even if that's not really your thing, there's still the challenge series, a place where you can do challenges with cars set up by the developers without an open world or any waste of time. It is insane how much is packed into this game, and it deserves to be as high up in people's tier lists. And for that, I'll put Need for Speed Most Wanted in the godlike tier. Well, that came out of nowhere. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. Don't worry though, I'll see you in Palmont City. There is still a mystery that we haven't figured out. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed the video, and also a big thank you to the new members of the channel, DS20 and Karin Cam, as well as a huge one to every single one of you who decided to be a member and follow the channel for so long. Your support means the world to me, and I really couldn't have done any of this without it. You made this channel and it's part of all of us now. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care!